All right, let's talk about something that almost every single growing business runs into, that creeping feeling of chaos. We're going to break down how mastering organization is way more than just being tidy. It's actually about fundamentally strengthening your bottom line. So let's dive into how we can turn all that chaos into a real competitive advantage.
Let me just start by asking you this, straight up. Does it ever feel like your business is running you instead of the other way around? If you're not in your head right now, you are not alone. And that feeling is exactly what we're here to talk about. It's a huge signal that it's time to take back the controls.
Because here's the real hard truth. That feeling of being overwhelmed, of constantly just putting out fires, that's chaos. And chaos isn't just stressful. It's like a hidden tax on everything you do. It's silently draining your profits and just killing your potential for growth.
And this is where the work of business expert Jonathan Spears is so critical. He totally reframes organization. It's not some boring chore, right? It's a secret weapon for growth, a powerful strategic tool that, honestly, way too many entrepreneurs just overlook in the daily grind.
Okay, so first things first, we have to diagnose the chaos. Before we can even think about fixing the problem, we've got to be able to name it. Let's see if any of these symptoms sound a little too familiar. And, the insidious thing here is how these symptoms create this vicious cycle. Feeling out of control? That leads to making reactive, short-term decisions. And that reactionary mindset is exactly what causes you to hit a growth ceiling, which then, of course, leaves your team confused and inefficient. It's a total downward spiral. It's a really tough spot to be in, isn't it? But look, there is a way out. And this brings us to the most important question. What's the antidote here? How do we break this cycle and finally get back in the driver's seat? And that antidote, according to Spears, is what he calls the organization advantage. And just to be clear, this is not about color-coding your spreadsheets. It's about building a strategic framework for your entire business. So what exactly is strategic organization? Well, think of it as a framework. It's built on clear systems and clear processes that are designed to just systematically take chaos apart. The entire point is to create an environment where you can finally make smart, proactive decisions and build sustainable, long-term growth. Now, this framework, it's built on 3 pillars. It all starts with clear systems. That's the how behind everything you do. Like a system for how you handle a new customer. Then you build structured processes so your team can follow that system perfectly every single time. And then finally, you bring in the right tools, like a simple CRM or something, to support that process without making it more complicated. All right, so we've identified the chaos, and we've got the framework to fix it. So what's the payoff? What does this all get you? Let's talk about the path to real, tangible growth.
At its heart, the primary goal here is actually really simple, but it is incredibly powerful. It's all about moving from a state of constant chaos to a state of calm, deliberate control over your business and, its future.
And this is the transformation we're talking about. Look at the difference. The chaotic business is always just reacting. Its growth is totally capped, and it just feels like a constant struggle. But the organized business, it makes smarter, proactive decisions. It regains control. And, most importantly, it becomes scalable. You're no longer limited by how much you, personally, can handle.
And here's the crucial point. I really want you to get this. Creating systems and streamlining how you work isn't just an exercise in making things run a little smoother. Every single improvement, every tiny bit of chaos you eliminate, it directly impacts your bottom line. More efficiency means more profitability. It is truly that simple. So if we boil it all down, what are the most important things to remember? First, start thinking of organization as a growth strategy, not a chore. Second, know that it's the clearest path to regaining control and just crushing that feeling of being overwhelmed. Third, it has a direct, measurable impact on your profitability. And finally, this is what makes your business truly sustainable and scalable for the long haul.
And that leaves us with one final thought. I want you to look at your business right now. If you could put just one clear system in place today to reduce the biggest source of your chaos, what would it be? Answering that question, that's the first step on the path to taking back control.